Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, my fellow theologians. And I would now welcome you properly to Theology 301, Theological Foundations for the Christian Life. It is a joy to walk with you through this material, as I mentioned in kind of a welcome slash orientation video last week, but it is on, as they say now, as we roll into the first day of week one. What I want to do here is take you through the first week. I'll do one of these for each week. My goal is to have these done by Sunday evenings prior to the start of the next week. Got a little busy last night with other things. Wasn't able to get this video uploaded then, but here we are. I want to thank you all for your interactions, your good interactions with one another in the Introduce Yourself forum. It's a good start. So anyway, here we go. Not to take up a bunch of your time, but I do want to give you some what I think will be some helpful information in navigating week one and give you kind of a look again at the pattern of this course going forward. Later on this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday, I will post a video regarding the big project for this course, the Theology and Life project. And I'll spend the entire video there. So I'm not going to say anything about the Theology and Life project here today, but be looking for that video no later than Thursday, and keep it handy in case you have questions. And of course, you can always email me at james.shelton@point.edu, or you can email me here on Canvas via your Canvas inbox as well. Okay, so week one, here we are. We're on the homepage for the course, and I'm going to go over here and click on modules and scroll on down past getting started to week one. You can see that week one will either come to you already open, or of course it could come to you like that. But all you got to do is click on the week one, and here we go. And all of the assignments that you see below the instruction, the week one forum, the learning activity 1.10, the Simply Christian response week one, and the theological exercise week one, links to all of these assignments are included within the instruction itself. So if I were you, I would simply click here on instruction and basically take this week, go straight down this page and take in, I cannot stress this enough, take in these PowerPoints. Dean Huxford is really, really solid, and is just one of the deepest thinking Christians that I have ever met. And I'm not saying that for any other reason other than I believe it's true. So there's a lot of material here for you to take a look at. We begin with 1.1 with a video on why study theology. Can't I just read the Bible? Followed by every Christian is a theologian, in which you may say, well, I'm not a theologian, I'm just a Christian. This PowerPoint here will help you to know that every Christian has a theology. And in case that word is not quite clear, theologos basically means words about God, words about God. So all of us talk about God, and that forms the theology with which we then go to the Bible. But Huxford will deal with that. The next one is Left Behind, 1.3. We all have egocentric predicaments, he says, that sometimes get in the way of thinking theologically and biblically. And he encourages you to review this presentation. And as you do, think about your own life. I'll think about my own and the circumstances and identify those issues which are particularly important to us. And then we move on down here through the Left Behind, followed by the forum response. That will lead you to a forum response. There is no link here, but you can access that back on the previous page. And I believe links to the assignments are at the bottom. We'll check that out form response to 1-3, and then you begin the second unit where Dean Huxford takes us through uh, the language of God and Father. This is where you'll be encountering Tom Wright's book, This Generation's Mere Christianity, which is a high compliment. If you haven't read C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity, I would encourage you to do that at some point. But this generation's Mere Christianity, and quite honestly, I would say that it is better uh, than uh, than C.S. Lewis's book. But Simply Christian, chapters 1-4, and then you have assignment 1.6, which is a response to what you have read there. Now, you have another voiceover PowerPoint, God the Father, on what the Bible says about God the Father. And then you'll have your theological exercise for this week 1.8. I'm going to go over all of this. You've got your reading to Thielicke's A Little Exercise for Young Theologians, which is a lecture, a very small book. And then, of course, assignment 1.10 will be your forum response to Thielicke. And as it turns out, we do not have links to the assignments here in the instruction. However, all you need to do is go back one page in your modules here, and you'll see them all. So let me very quickly go over each assignment. Week 1 forum. Your response to Unit 1.3 Left Behind. After reviewing the presentation, identify 2 of the items presented that are especially relevant for you and explain why those issues are important to your own life. And then as other students post their responses, respond to at least one other student. Your initial post is due by Friday. Friday, 11:59, not Thursday night at midnight, but Friday night, 11:59. That'll give you time over the weekend, if you have time, if you haven't already begun this project, to respond to at least one other student. Now, I cannot stress this enough. For full credit for this assignment, you must respond to at least one other student, and your responses need to be thoughtful. They don't need to be "I agree" or "Amen" or something like that, but they need to be thoughtful responses to the other classmate. And I would say, even though this isn't officially stated here, that anything less than 75 to 100 words in your response to a classmate is probably not going to receive the full credit for a response. So 250 words, and then for me, because there are other instructors who who offer these courses. I would say no fewer than 75 to 100 words in your response to one another, and you will be doing just fine. Okay, so that is the week 1 forum. Now, the second assignment for this week is your learning activity 1.10, and this is your forum response to Thielicke. Again, that lecture, that little book. And basically, what we're talking about here is the things that you read in the book that you disagreed with. And what we're looking for here is 250 word response. Again, your post is due by Friday. And what we're looking for here is basically your thoughts on things that Thielicke lays out in his lecture that you found you were not in agreement with. So at least 250 words on that. And the earlier you get started on that for the week, the better. The Simply Christian response for week 1. This again, uh, after you've read Simply Christian, you can use the book as a resource. But when you submit this assignment, it is your word of honor that you have completely read and not skimmed chapters 1-4. So here are the bullet points for this assignment. List and give a brief definition of the 4 echoes that Wright covers. And then the question, answer this question: how do you understand Wright's idea that these 4 echoes of a voice point beyond themselves, beyond the landscape of our contemporary culture, and out into the unknown? And then, if you were asked to select one of the 4 echoes as the one that convinces you the most that there is something beyond this world, which would it be and why? And give specific reasons. And then finally, if you were asked to connect the dots for these 4 echoes in one clear manner, what would that look like? So again, if you were asked to connect the dots, put these together uh, in one clear manner, what would that look like? You'll notice that there's not a word requirement on this. This is not something that can be done in 250 to 300 words. This is something that um, this is something that you're going to need to spend a little bit of time on, and you'll be uploading it. Again, the assignments for this course need to be in Times New Roman font. When you're uploading an assignment, uh, Times New Roman 12-point font, size 12 font, and please double space this particular assignment when you upload it. And I look forward to reading. And again, and I cannot stress this enough, when you submit this, you are saying that you have read chapters 1 through 4 of Simply Christian, and not just skimmed it. So again, this is the Simply Christian assignment, and last for this week is your theological exercise. All right. So one of the major areas of emphasis for this course is the idea that theology has to be learned in real life, not in the vacuum or a classroom. So each week there'll be a theological exercise. And so I'm not going to read the different options. You've got time to get this in. Actually, this assignment will not be due until the Tuesday of week 2, so you've got a little bit more time. But and I need to change the due date on that. But anyway, I'm glad I read that again and reminded myself of that. All right, so this week's activity is going to focus on the fact that in our current culture, 18 to 29-year-olds are disappearing from the life of the church, and it is the truth. More people in this age group identify themselves as nuns, N-O-N-E-S, than all of those who identify themselves as mainline Protestants combined. And when I say mainline Protestants, we mean Methodists, some streams of Baptist, we mean Presbyterian, Episcopalian, those mainline Protestant non-Catholic churches. Part of the importance of this class is to help equip you to relate to that age group in a positive and transforming way. So you have two options here. The first one is you choose a church, and it cannot be the one you normally attend, and ask to make an appointment with a staff member. Okay. The other option is option 2, find a person in this demographic who was once active in church but now not engaged, and then you'll interview them, and the interview questions are there within. I'm not going to take a lot of your time to read those, but I did want to go over all of this for you. All right, everybody take a deep breath. I know this is a lot of work. This is a 300 level course, and I understand the load that this course gives you, but it is a beneficial load, and I am very much looking forward to walking with you through this material. And again, if you have any questions, uh, feel free to let me know. Uh, let me know what those are. If you begin to get bogged down, the worst thing you can do is shut down and not make contact and not turn in work. I'm here to help you succeed, and I want to see all of you succeed. And just from what I've read in your introduce yourself forums, I sense a great deal of wanting to succeed in this course. So it's great. I'm so glad to be here and be a part of it with you. Again, remember james.shelton@point.edu, or you can email me here via Canvas. You run into an emergency, you can utilize my cell phone. You can text me or call me, but those are only in a real emergency. All questions I would prefer regarding assignments and readings, I would prefer to come through email, either to my point email address or here on Canvas. All right. God bless you. I thank God for the opportunity to walk with you through this material, and I'm looking forward to interacting with you and engaging in this course. But most of all, I'm looking forward to all of us cultivating the mind of Christ and growing more in love, deeper in love with Jesus. God bless you.